Welcome to Real Life with Jenny. My name's Jenny Senapataratna. Grab your favorite drink, get a snack, and we will get started. Today I have my mango salon tea because I needed something comforting, and I am now eating the caramel corn that I made the last episode. Oot, oot, here we go. Let's get real. So this year, my word is rewrite. And I have been looking for ways and making sure that the Lord is speaking to me about ways to rewrite my life. So I have started this new thing. It is a new journey in my life that's very bizarre and weird, but I love to cook. I've talked about it, although some nights I'm like, Lord, why am I doing this? But I have started to cook for my mom and my sister. And so what I'm doing is making like TV dinners for them. So I'm taking our meals and I'm adding more to them, and then I'm putting them in like TV dinners. So then they have food to warm up that is easy and nutritious. And so because of this, I am trying to get creative because my family likes green beans. So when you talk about vegetables, that is the only vegetable that is actually eaten. We do eat some broccoli every once in a while, and my husband loves raw vegetables, so we do a lot of carrot sticks and a lot of celery and a lot of radish and salads and stuff like that. But when it comes to like a cooked vegetable, it is only green beans. That is it. Like the variety is not really high over here at the Senapataratna house. But now that I'm making meals for outside of the house, I kind of wanted to add some variety to these TV dinners. So I'm trying to figure out new vegetables. So if you've got some ideas, send them my way. I've got a bunch now that are in the freezer. So I went to Trader Joe's. Now, if you've ever been to Trader Joe's, it is a super fun place to go. But I don't like to go every week because this is not kind of my comfort foods are not necessarily there. And the price point's a little bit higher than what I normally would spend. But I went and I bought like cauliflower that was all different colors. Will I eat it? I am not 100% sure because I have not had cooked cauliflower in a very long time. I don't know if Sam's ever had cooked cauliflower, but and then I got some cooked carrots. I'm not a big fan of cooked carrots. We really like raw carrots, but they're in all different colors. So here I am trying to try new things. And I wrote in my book, Unnamed Zookeeper. When I wrote that book, there's one chapter that I talk about beets. Actually, there's two chapters that I talk about beets. But as a kid, I grew up in a home that my mom put every kind of vegetable in front of us all the time because my grandparents had a garden and they would freeze things and can things and we'd get them fresh. It was like vegetables were just part of our growing up. And I think one of my mom's ideas was get the kids to eat them enough and they're going to like them. And that's a really great concept except for beets. There is something about a beet that I never grew to love. And I think it must have been my mom's favorite vegetable, that and spinach, which I also can't do, that she had all the time. I felt like every meal was one of the two of them. I'm sure it wasn't. But I remember sitting at the table, knowing I had to eat these little purple things, and my sister would eat them. My sister ate the spinach. I'm not sure what my brother did. He might have fed it to the dog. I don't know what he did, but the dog wouldn't eat them for me. I tried, and he just looked at me like, I'm not eating your beets for you, you loon. And so then I would end up having to eat these beets. So I thought this brilliant idea came to me one day as I was kind of frustrated with I really cannot give my mother and sister green beans one more day. I'm going to come up with a new idea. So I went on and I was scouring through vegetables, and beets came to my mind. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to figure out how to make beets delightful. I'm sure that there is a way to make a beet delightful. And so I Googled some recipes and I'm like how to roast a beet. And so I bought fresh beets. I know, like with the tops and everything. And I guess you can eat the tops. Did I? No. I'm just going to be very clear because by the time I got the guts to roast these little guys, the tops were no longer good. Because I was like, I am so afraid of beets. Other than they're red and they dye your hands, and it's just a whole thing for me. I was like, this is crazy. So yesterday, I roasted the beets. Like I put them in the oven and I roasted them and then I peeled because you're supposed to like roast them in the skin and then you peel them and I chopped them up and I got them all ready and I took a bite and I thought this is worse than I remember. I was like, I am not rewriting anything. This is completely written and this is not written in sand. This is written in concrete and it is not going anywhere. Beets are disgusting. Because I said, Kev, would you like to try one? And he was like, nope. It was not even, he was like, I don't think you did these better. Because he was like, maybe you can change them for me too. And he was like, yeah, I don't think so. I'm good. I didn't even ask Sam because I thought I had a hard time swallowing my little piece of beet. I was like, I'm going to at least swallow this. It was so bad. And I really just thought, okay, Jen, like a vegetable has officially beat you. Like I cannot even believe how defeated I felt after this. It was so funny. I was just like, I just feel defeated because here I am, like, I wrote about this and how beets were gross, and I remember as a kid, and I've never tried them again. And here I am as an adult, found a recipe that everybody seemed to agree on the internet. Sorry. All of a sudden when I said that aloud, I thought, well, that was dumb. Anyway, everyone agreed with this on the internet, which is worth nothing in my opinion now, and here I'm going to rewrite it and it's going to be delightful. And it was not. It was just one of the worst things I've ever eaten. So now I'm like, because I had like this whole idea I was going to rewrite Brussels sprouts and I was going to rewrite asparagus and I was going to rewrite spinach. Like I was going to rewrite all of these vegetables. And now I feel kind of at a standstill of like, can I add more green beans to the cart so I don't ever have to try a new vegetable again? And as I'm sitting there and I'm in the failure moment of rewriting, because I have talked so many times about like, I've rewritten this and it's been successful, or, this was a complete and utter like, womp, 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 did not work. Like, it was just such, I can't, we're just not going to go down that path again. But I wanted you to be encouraged by this. First of all, that you're not the only one that doesn't like vegetables. I know I'm not the only one that is like, there are vegetables I just don't do. And I remember Brussels sprouts, I remember asparagus, and I remember spinach and beets. None of them were my favorites. And none of them did I really didn't like them. So, and I realized there's other vegetables out there that I probably haven't tried. Okay, so I get it. I'm going to try to continue this path, but it's very hard to not go back to your comfort zone after a failure. It's very hard to continue to push forward after you have failed. After you have been like, I tried something new and that did not work. It's like I put up on social media a couple weeks ago, I dusted once, it all came back. I'm not falling for that again. Like I spent all this time dusting and then it all came back, and why would I do that again? Like, I'm just not falling for that shenanigan again. But that's how we get to in life. Like we get and we try something new. We step outside our comfort zone. We try to do something that is a little awkward and weird that we've never done before. And it is a complete disaster. And then we go back to our comfort zone and we don't try something new again for a really long time. And that is with relationships, that is with jobs, that is with churches, with volunteering. Like, there are so many areas of our lives that every once in a while we get this like idea of, I'm going to step outside and do something new. And then it fails and it blows up in our face. And we're like, okay, taught me, I'm not doing that again. Like, not only am I not going to eat a beet again, now I'm not real sure I'm eating asparagus ever. Like, I'm just wiping all those off the table and going, my taste buds have not changed that much. Because they say your taste buds are supposed to change. Mine did not. Mine have stayed the same and said, no. So, what in your life have you tried and failed? And it's held you back from trying new things. You know, I know that this seems really silly. Really? I mean, it's a beet. And you're all like, I love beets. Beets are amazing. Like, I have friends that are like, pickled beets are like the best thing on the planet. And I'm like, good for you. I don't like pickles either. Like, I am the weirdest person. My grandmother was like the pickling queen. Like, she could make pickles just by like pixie dust. I don't even know how, like, she was just amazing. She had jars and jars and jars of all kinds of different pickles that she made. And I got all of her recipes, which are useless, in my hands because I remember that she'd put me on pickle duty, and I would have to take the pickles out and I'd have to cut them because she liked them in a certain spear kind of thing to put out at every dinner. And that was my job. And I hated how my hands even smelled. Like, I was like, this is so gross. Like, pickles are disgusting. So pickling a beet, not an option. But I think that we can get so caught up in that failure that we just don't move forward to try to rewrite something else. And so I am committing to you that I'm going to try another vegetable that I've never tried before. I'm not going to try the ones that I've already talked about. You know what? I'm just going to let those go. Because if I try an asparagus again, I know it's not going to be a success. Like, unless you can candy them somehow. I don't know. And I don't know that you should candy fruit. But like, if you can candy them, maybe I can't see that would save them. I'm trying to imagine that right now, and I don't think that candying asparagus or beets would even help. I don't think that would. But I'm going to try a couple vegetables that maybe I've never tried before, because I'm not going to allow this one time that my rewriting didn't work to hold me back from trying new things. And maybe vegetables are just not the thing I need to be rewriting, right? Maybe that's the lesson I need to learn here. Maybe that's the lesson you need to learn. Wherever you stepped outside your comfort zone and tried something new and it was a failure, maybe you need to try something new in a different area. Maybe you need to, try something and maybe smaller. Sometimes we aim a little too big. I think I did. I think I was like, I'm going to rewrite this funky little vegetable and it's going to be great. And that is just not the way God designed beets. He did not design them to be delightful, other than to my mother, who thinks they are delightful. So she'll get the whole batch of beets, lucky lady. Well, that is all I have for you this week. I know it's kind of a weird episode, but I really feel like we allow our failures to hold us back. And I don't want you to do that. I don't want to do that for myself. I want to move forward and I want to experience all that God has for me and experience all that there is on this side of heaven and not give up because of one little red or purple vegetable. Well, you can find me at Real Life with Jenny on Instagram, Facebook, and Be Real. You can also find me at christconnection.cc/Jen. You can find my email there, and you can sign up for a weekly email to get this sent directly into your inbox. And then you don't have to go seeking for it. All you have to do is click a little button, and it pops right up. Nice and easy for you. Well, you all have a great week. Avoid the beets, but let's try some new things.